Hello everyone, Silent here. Welcome back to another Bedrock Edition tutorial. Today we have two different cycling or spiral storage systems for your world in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. These things are actually pretty cool, although they are kind of a novelty. So the first design here, or before we get into the designs, let's actually talk about what a cycling storage system is. So basically you have your storage chest right here. You can put whatever you like in these. This one we just have stone materials. And then what you can do is flick the lever, that chest gets pushed forward and up out of the way where you can still access it, and then the chest behind it is revealed where you can then store, again, whatever you like. So the first design is a completely one-wide tileable design. All of these activate independently of each other, which is pretty cool. And this one stores 3.5 double chests of items per slice. The downside to this version is that there is no indicator block or really any way to indicate what is inside of the chest. So what you can do is just put a sign up top here, or really whatever you like. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. So the second design is honestly pretty similar, but all of these chests get moved up at once, and the indicator block to tell you what's in these chests also gets moved up. So this one has wooden materials and a whole butt ton of air in it as well. So what you can do is actually press the button, and then all of these get moved up, and a new indicator block is revealed. So for this one, you would have diamonds, valuable things, tools, weapons, armor, all that good stuff. And this one stores 3 double chests of items per slice. So also in this video, we're going to have a little bit of a showcase of some different piston feed tapes that you can build in Bedrock Edition. Some kind of silly stuff, and then also a larger version of this one right here. But before we get to all that stuff in the tutorials, if you guys could please leave a like on the video, that would be very much appreciated. Also, we would love to have you join our amazing community that we have around the channel, and basically just do that by subscribing. Anyway, shameless plugs out of the way. Let's take a look at how these things actually function. So right here you can see we have the one-wide tileable version. Spent many hours designing this, and I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. It's really seamless, and it's about as fast as it can be for Bedrock, as far as I'm aware. So what we do is we activate this piston first, and then this one a little bit later, this one a little bit later, and then this one last. And yeah, as you can see, it works very, very well. Super happy with that one. So here is the other design where they are all linked together and they all activate at once. So if we just press this button here, you'll see that it does function a little bit differently. And to show that again, so basically what we do here is we activate this piston and this piston at the same time, and then we activate this piston and this piston 4 ticks later, and that is why we only have 6 chests over here, where with this design we have 7. And also a note on this one, you can actually link multiple of these together. So to do that, all you actually have to do is, just run a powered rail or redstone or whatever you like in front of these observers, and then you'll activate all the slices at once. So before I show you how to build those two versions right there, we're going to take a look at a couple different piston feed tapes and some experimenting I did in preparation for actually messing with this, because this is the first time I've ever done piston feed tapes. They're actually quite fun. So this one right here does kind of function. This is more of a block cycler because there's only one block, but as you can see, it does work. It's pretty fast actually as well. And then we have another 1 or 2x2 rather, and this thing is an absolute abomination of nature. I don't really fully comprehend how it functions, but as you can see, it does actually cycle the block around. Sometimes it goes first try, but that's just due to the randomness of Bedrock. So if we can get it to go first try. Dang it, it's not quite working for me. Of course, I'm recording, it's not gonna work. Last try, there we go. So it went around first try. It's a kind of a randomizer. Here is the larger version of this one, so where they all activate at one time. And this right here, what I'll show you how to build is basically just this one scaled down a little bit. So this is just 5 double chests of storage, and as you can see, it works perfectly fine. There's not really much to it at all. And that's really all I gotta say about piston feed tapes. These things are pretty fun to mess with. I have not gotten into horizontal piston feed tapes whatsoever. Alright, so let's quickly do a tutorial on the one-wide tileable version. You're gonna need an 8 long area, but the machine itself is actually only 7 blocks. You just need the 8th one for the lever. Or whatnot, and then you're also going to need to be 6 blocks tall. So start off at ground level right here. If your lever placed down, 3 powered rail along like that, or activator rails if you rather, then 3 observers going into a block, redstone torch, block above that torch, redstone torch there, and then 3 repeaters going along. You need these 2 to be on 4 ticks. That one is default. Block above that redstone torch, piston facing forward right there, redstone torch on top of that block, block up on top of that, redstone torch, and then observer facing this way, piston facing downwards, 2 more pistons going that way, and then normal block there, piston facing forward, and then you need a piston facing upwards right there. And that is your entire circuit complete besides decoration on the front. So now what you want to do is actually get in your chest or your blocks. So trap chest right there, normal chest, trap chest, normal chest, trap chest, and normal chest. And that is absolutely everything. You can now start storing items in this and cycling it around all day long, just having fun with it. Couple final notes on this system. You can actually just use activator rails if you like. These function exactly the same because they get powered by a lever, so that is nice. And yeah, if you're facing east or west, you won't have any problems with this whatsoever, or you can use gold rails if you're rich and you have a whole bunch of gold. But if you're facing north or south, what you'll need to do is do a little bit something like this, so that your rails do not connect together, and that will function exactly the same as this thing will. Also, do not double flick your lever because that will oftentimes break it. If you flick it fast enough, then it won't break it, but just flick it once, that's all you need. Okay, so on to building the second design. The first thing we're going to build is the activation slice for how you actually activate all the piston feed tapes, and then we'll work on the actual piston feed tape itself. So the area that you need for this is going to be 5 blocks long and 7 blocks tall. So make sure you got enough room for all that. It's quite tall actually. So for the activation slice, you're going to have your floor level right here or 1 block lower if you like. And then this is where your button's going to be. So then out the back side of that, 2 blocks with 2 repeaters on default right there. You want them going into a block, redstone dust right there, block on top of that repeater, redstone torch on top of that block on top of that, redstone torch, and then another block on top of that. And that is the entire activation circuit. Alright, so for the piston feed tape itself, you want 2 blocks right there, 2 redstone and dust in those locations, a repeater on 4 ticks right there, going into an upwards facing normal piston. And then for the back one, you want an observer facing down on that redstone dust, and then a forward facing normal piston right there. Alrighty, so go up to the top and you want 3 blocks along right here. So the center block should be lined up with that pillar, and then redstone dust on these 2, and a repeater on 4 ticks right there, going into a block, and then a downwards facing piston, and see if you can actually place that dang thing. There we go. Jeez, it shouldn't be that hard. And then you want a backwards facing normal piston right there, and that is actually the entire piston feed tape done. So what you do now is you place in a trap chest, normal chest, and normal chest, trap chest, and then normal chest and normal chest, and that is everything. You can press the button, see it all gets switched around, and it works just fine. So for extending this, you literally just do the same thing in every single slice. There is no changes whatsoever. And as a final note for both of these designs, you can actually lower the floor level down by 1 so that it looks a little bit something like this. It's a little bit cleaner. You might enjoy that a little bit more. Maybe, maybe not. You can see I already built that up over here. And it's just an optional thing that you can do if you have the room or if you just feel like having that kind of system. So one nice thing about actually lowering the floor is that you can reach 3 chests instead of 1. So 1 chest right there, 1 chest on top, and the back one. And, you know, just a nice little thing that you can do if you feel like it. So I didn't quite have time to make a functioning design for console edition, but if you guys want to see a tutorial like this one for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Wii U and all that jazz, let me know down in the comments, because I'd love to share that with you guys if you do want to see it. Anyway, this is YouTube. You know what helps out channels by now. Likes, comments, and subscribing always helps out channels immensely. So if you do those things, that would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, be sure to share your questions, comments, or concerns down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys down there as well. Thank you again for watching, And then there was silence.